Logan Paul and Dillion Danis.
Yeah, that was oh my god, what a shit fight.
That was terrible.
That
It was
horrible.
so bad. Muhammad Ali is rolling in his grave, as I said. Rocky Marciano's rolling in his grave. All these boxing legends are rolling in their graves right now,
They're
man.
probably thinking like,
Mate.
what the hell, man. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Touchline Podcast, episode 45. Before anything, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And we just uploaded the Touchline show 1 hour ago.
Yeah.
So please make sure you watch it. I hope you
Make sure you watch it.
Just make sure you just watch it.
Watch the
It's
bloody
funniest
video.
thing.
It was so funny. That was a great video, man.
It was the funniest thing
It
I've
was
ever
good.
done.
Hopefully it gets good views.
Hopefully.
Like,
I hope
honestly,
so.
the shit we had to eat and drink.
Yeah, I know.
Mate,
Me and you.
Like, what the fuck was that pickle mustard?
What about
was
me?
it, that gourmet fish?
I don't know. What was
The
that?
one you had.
I don't know. I can't remember what it was.
Watch the video. You'll find out. We had to drink some.
Yeah, that
And
was
that quail
disgusting.
eggs too. Oh,
Quail
that was
eggs,
disgusting.
fucking
Anthony,
hell.
yours
That
was
horrible.
nothing.
And
that was
You know
horrible.
what's crazy? People actually eat that shit.
Yeah,
People actually eat and
eat
drink
that, yeah.
this.
It's crazy.
Even
What?
pets that eat it, like dogs eat it.
Yeah, of course.
So you're calling.
No, I'm not saying in a bad way, but they actually do eat it in their meals.
Yeah, I know.
I'm being serious.
Yeah, I know.
I think it was my forfeit, but Bill eventually had
I
some.
did it
too.
for the video.
I think that was the worst one.
But we're not going to try to give away too
Go
many
watch
things
it.
in that video.
It's a mad
Make sure you
video.
watch it.
Yeah, funny video, but
There's more to come with those the Touchline show, we call it.
yeah, but Anthony, I think you wanted to say something before we started the pod.
Oh, on off camera.
Yeah,
Off camera I said.
yeah.
Oh, I don't want to say it, but if Bill gets too political, but I feel bad.
No, just go. Just
No, but like I just
No,
want
just
to
say
look.
it.
I'm going to say something like very straightforward. I'm just saying what's going on like out there in the world with Israel and Palestine. I'm just saying to us, the Touchline Podcast, I want to send the messages, our prayers and thoughts with the people in Palestine and Israel. I know it's a scary world out there, but I just want everyone to be safe and getting back with their families and that. I know it's the scariest thing. But boys, I want to get your thoughts. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
so
know if
it's
you heard
not
the
fair
news and
what's
that.
happening. They're just
Yeah.
innocent civilians
Exactly, bro. It's just-
getting bombed, missile, whatever the missile attacks that are happening. It's not right, but
Yeah,
I know.
look,
Scary
I don't
times,
get
scary
into
times.
these politics.
Yeah,
and
Look, I don't
but-
get that. I don't get into those two, but it's just scary out there. Like,
Yeah.
it's very bad. You got kids innocent, like getting targeted. They're getting killed, like instant. Like, I know. It's
Look,
just
I'm not
so bad, man.
they've done nothing. Yeah.
I'm not
They haven't done
supporting
anything
Israel.
wrong.
I'm not supporting Palestine.
I'm not supporting anyone, but I'm just praying for everyone to
just
be
for peace.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been fighting for many years.
Yeah.
I think it's been like in the history books.
Since like
that's been happening.
70, I think even way
Yeah,
before the
it started
70s.
before. Like,
The,
Yeah,
the main thing, they resolve it, find peace.
I hope to
I
God,
guess
man.
move on. That's
Yeah,
the main
thoughts and
thing.
prayers.
Try and
That's it.
Thoughts and prayers, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I think let's start on with the podcast.
That's
as
it. League
usual.
talk.
League talk is back. Pacific Championship. The first round is done and dusted.
Yep.
We had Kangaroos take on the Samoa, and we had
You had
PNG
versus
and Cook Islands.
Cook Islands, yeah.
Let's start off with Australia.
Both good games.
Samoa.
We'll go start with Australia first.
Yeah. So Australia defeated Samoa 38-12.
Yeah.
You're back at it again.
Yeah, back on it again.
Back to the normal jaws. You know, when you think footy's over,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah,
keeps
this
going.
one
I
comes
love
back.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, mate. You're just chilling
But
back.
what a game by Australia, man.
Yeah.
They dominated that first half.
22-0 in like
Yeah, I think they got
15,
4
16 minutes.
tries in that first half.
Yeah, 20.
They lacked off in the second half.
Yeah.
But how good was Hammer, man?
Hammer smashed it.
Far
That
out.
trial was crazy. The way he
Yeah,
scored.
off the
Yeah.
the short drive.
Yeah,
How good
was Hammer? How good was
Drop out.
Haas? Payne
Yeah,
Haas
Payne
first
Haas,
row.
yes, yes.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
That try that started from his run.
Yeah.
Then he done the offload, and it just made the space for on the left hand Hunt, side
yeah.
for Ben Hunt to run, and then they scored a try.
But it wasn't. Australia weren't at their best.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Like really, they made a lot of errors in that second half too. Like that's unlike the kangaroo way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We used to seeing that. Just
Like
like
the
that
old-
clinical attack,
Yeah.
that great defense.
Cooper
from them.
Cronk,
They only
yeah.
scored 2 tries in the second half.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
guess-
and then Samoa
yeah.
scored a couple.
Yeah.
It's never good to be too ahead.
Yeah.
Because then you start to be complacent, like you don't really care, like you've got
Yeah.
the lead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like in the team, like in general, like if you're 22-0, keep going.
100%.
Keep on
Exactly.
scoring. You want to be ruthless as you can because you want to show
Exactly.
the opponents that you're dangerous, you're a threatening team. And yeah, as Bill said, they dropped off for being the second half, but still they got the win.
Yeah, exactly. But with Australia, bro, the way how they play comfortable. Like, attack's good,
They're
defense.
just levels above.
yeah,
in
they're
many
just
ways.
like A+ level.
But you said it was 38-12. The score was 38-12.
Correct, yeah.
But you look at the stats, man. You look at their completion rate. Samoa had a better completion rate to Australia, 73 to Australia, 70%. To think it was 38-12, it's great. That's what I'm saying. Australia's not at their best.
Look,
I feel like just the first, maybe because it's the first game.
Maybe it's the first game. They've got another one this week. But Samoa, again, they lose against Australia.
Yeah,
Australia's too strong. But Samoa, they do have a good squad.
They do.
Like, you look at it, you got To'o, Crichton, the list goes on. It's a strong team. But Crichton at 5'8", I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah.
I think he had a few good moments, but overall, it's just not his position.
100%.
I think he wanted to probably try it out. But
just to give it a crack because Luai wasn't in there because he had a surgery on it. He had surgery on his arm.
How about that Samoa fullback from Melbourne?
There's a lot of praise. Everyone's talking high about him.
Because
he did play against the Broncos, I think, and he was crazy.
Yeah.
And again, he's stepping up. So look,
got a bright future.
I don't see. Look, Pappenhausen's going to be out.
Yeah.
Even if he does get injured again, he could be a very good replacement because he looks like.
100%.
But you got
He
Meany.
looks like Meany. It's very hard to take that spot.
It's very hard. He's still young. He will learn, but still, I can see him being someone that takes the number one off
100%.
Meany.
Just getting around all those defenders, man.
He's very good, man.
He was actually putting on the ropes.
He's not the tallest.
Yeah.
He's quite short, but
he gets
he's
around
very
them.
strong too.
He gets around them, man.
Like a taller player. I would have not mind Bulldogs trying to poach him, but we got an upcoming fullback coming up in the ranks, which is a good thing. I can't remember his name.
Papali or something.
Something like that. He's a crazy fullback. But yeah, good win for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, smashed it.
Papua New Guinea versus Cook Islands, a big thrashing.
46-10,
Both teams are in a way not the best, but PNG of course have the better players than Cook Islands. Yeah. And I think I saw that win coming. Not that big. I was going to say I thought maybe be a bit closer, but they destroyed.
They're playing in Papua New Guinea.
I
think it was 30-0 half time to PNG.
Yeah.
That's a big thrashing.
Cook Island, they got consolation tries or whatever at the end.
Probably like a late try in that.
Yeah, they did. But that Nini McDonald guy got 4 tries for PNG.
That's crazy.
4 tries, yeah.
4 tries.
Who does he play for? Is he in the NRL?
I don't think so.
No, he's probably in the low leagues. Probably New South Wales State Cup. I think.
Probably
Did you go to the bathroom or something?
What is it?
You keep shaking your leg.
I don't know.
Sorry, getting off topic, man. But PNG just too classy, man. Who was playing for full? Wasn't Alex Johnson?
AJ,
he played alright.
that's
Johnson
it.
played a good game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
with that game, not a lot.
Not a lot happened, man. It just Cook Islands. I don't think anyone in the NRL plays for Cook Islands.
I don't think so.
No, there's Masters.
Oh yeah,
Terra Masters.
But even then, man.
Yeah, only him. Yeah,
they get cooked in a way.
But not a lot to say about that match.
Yeah.
But few games coming up again this week.
Yeah.
New Zealand and Samoa and
Correct.
Fiji
and then you got Fiji
and
Cook Islands.
Cook
That's
Islands
good.
as
That's
well.
What are we saying, boys? Who are we
So
tipping?
who's the first one? New Zealand,
Start
Samoa.
Samuel.
New Zealand, Samoa. Is
Kiwis.
Luai out still?
Yeah, obviously.
I thought he'll be. I'll go Kiwis.
Yeah, I'm going to say Kiwis.
That's a hard one, man. Honestly,
That is a hard one.
like, you look at the line. I was looking at the lineup, man.
Yeah.
They're going head to head, as in like, I didn't know who to choose. I'm siding with the Kiwis, but at the same time, I want to say Samoa.
I don't know. I feel Kiwis.
You know what?
Kiwis gonna be too
You know what? I'm gonna say the Kiwis. The Kiwis just got something in them.
They
man.
got something.
Manu.
Yeah.
Manu.
Yeah, I'll go Kiwi.
But you look at it head
a lot
side.
of
Saaiman as well.
Sean Johnson, a lot of New Zealand players had fantastic
Kostak as
seasons.
well.
So
There's
they're
heaps of them,
yeah.
man.
I'm gonna say Kiwis.
We'll
Yeah,
go
I'm also-
Kiwi.
I'm sorry,
Kiwis.
Yeah,
All right,
Kiwis.
the next game, Fiji and Cook Islands.
Fiji.
Fiji.
I'm going to say Fiji.
If
They're actually starting to get better
Papua
and
New
better.
Guinea smashed them. Fiji will probably.
yeah.
give
I think
them.
Fiji is starting to get better and better every year. Like when they're coming to the World Cup, like
They got some
the
decent
league,
players.
They actually
Kikau,
start.
of course.
Kikau, you got what's his name from Melbourne as well. What's
Olam?
his-
No, Olam doesn't play for.
No, Holland plays for Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, Papua New Guinea.
What's his name? The Fijian bloke. He's a forward player.
From what club?
Melbourne Storm. I forgot
sure,
his name.
not sure.
He has a Fijian name, but I can't remember who he is.
Yeah.
But he's a gun player too.
Yeah.
No, I mean too.
No, we don't that. As you know,
I'm saying Fiji's going to win it.
Now,
So,
moving on from this, the Pacific Championship tips and recap. As you know, the hottest topic right now is about Manly changing their logo to something that not a lot of people rate. But why do you think the NRL community are against all these new logos being changed in recent times? You look at Titans, Raiders, and now
I'll tell you what it
Manly.
is. I'll tell you what it is. It's the simplicity behind these logos. We used to like overcomplicated logos. Like, prime example, the Manly Manly logo.
Yeah.
That was a glorious looking logo. You said you heard my opinion about it. That was that, in my opinion. I didn't just say it for the video. That's one of the greatest logos in the NRL.
Of course.
Yeah, I think
it's been for years.
For me,
and
the
years,
best
man.
logos are Roosters, Manly, and
The old
Broncos for me. I love Broncos.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
Manly is up there for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the problem is they're simplifying it. And don't get me wrong, you look at the Tigers one, it starts to grow on you a bit. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But if you look at the other ones, of course, it's nicer.
No, it's the actual. All right. On the video, I said I didn't like the logo.
It looks good on the jersey.
It looks good on the jersey.
Actually. It does.
It's not a totally bad logo. It's just the idea behind the logo, the simplicity behind it.
Yeah.
It's lost life.
Yeah, exactly.
A logo is supposed to be intimidating.
Yeah.
What screams intimidating with that logo or the Tigers
Like
logo?
you know,
like
if they
it's dead.
if they
It looks
show,
like it's been hit by a car.
if they fix it up, showed maybe an eagle
wing,
with
the
its
wings.
claws and wings,
Yeah,
it could have been nicer. But just the face, like I think that's a bit
They're going
boring.
for the NFL look.
Yeah,
You look at the
exactly. It
NFL
does look like an
logo,
NFL.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Like Raiders, the amount of fans of Raiders
And the Raiders
Canberra,
logo, yes,
they
yes.
hated it.
Yeah,
They,
they
like,
hate- of course
people were
they
like
do.
protesting.
Look,
not protesting in a way, but they were all
they're
on
debating about it,
social
yeah.
It's
media.
lost
that-
life. These
Yeah.
logos have lost
Look,
life.
out of all the new logos, of course, that have happened, the Manly one isn't the worst one.
Yeah.
That's probably came out. The Raiders one hits rock
yeah,
bottom.
100%.
But yeah, look, I'm not liking these styles that are happening. We could see potentially a few more come before the season starts. Let's hope it's not the Bulldogs.
What if it's the
Yeah.
Bulldogs? That's my next point.
Look, if it's nice, then we can't argue.
Yeah.
But if it's
How
to
can
a
you change the Bulldogs? Like, how can you make a Bulldogs logo look simple but intimidating and sit
You
with the
show
fans?
like
Maybe like the face,
canines,
the
of the
teeth.
dog's teeth.
Yeah.
All right, look at this logo. This
Yeah,
logo,
just take away
I want
that
this
was
face
the original,
back.
yeah.
I want this face back.
Yeah.
The intimidating face with
Or
that.
even the from the 99 to the
04,
The
yeah, that
04.
one.
even
That's
that
personally, I like
face,
that one.
that's
Yeah.
nice
Just
too.
that face bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Look, that face would be a bit plain.
Yeah.
But like, if you have that face with again
Yeah.
like the teeth, intimidating, then
How about
Yeah.
how about a Doggies logo similar? Since we're buying all their players, similar to the Penrith.
yeah, exactly.
logo.
Get it crawling.
Like one that's
Yeah,
just
to
like
do
about
something
a
like that.
pounce.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad too.
with this face.
Yeah, exactly.
I
yeah.
wouldn't mind that.
Exactly, yeah,
As long
yeah.
as it doesn't look like what the Manly one is.
Exactly. The Manly
Just
one
the
was
hair.
horrible.
Well, speaking of Manly's one, my brother-in-law's first cousin, he said on Facebook, he said, I personally don't like the new logo for Manly Sea Eagles, but who am I talk? It looks like it's given us a death stare, agree or disagree.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's there.
That's there,
100%. It looks depressed. The
Well,
bloody-
shout out to Joe and Jules. So
the bird looks depressed, mate. I don't
not
know.
good, man.
I feel like
I really don't like it. to
they're
be honest.
slowly going through them.
Yeah.
More
next gonna
logos will change.
Next
More
is going to be
logos
the
will change,
Bulldogs.
yeah.
Next is going to be the
It's going
Dragons.
to change, yeah.
By at least 2025 max, I think all teams will have new logos.
Are they doing this for the Vegas opener? Is this why, in a way,
Maybe not because
they're changing the logo?
that
they're not
happened
gonna change
before
every-
the Vegas promotions.
But
and all
because the reasoning behind changing the logo was, I saw it online. The
Like
ones that
NFL.
created the logo. It's about the merchandise and selling merch. Like, I don't know, they got boundaries or whatever.
Yeah.
Certain boundaries that you can put a logo in. And if it exceeds those boundaries, you can't print out whatever you want to print
okay.
out. So that's why they went for the head.
Maybe.
Is
Maybe
this,
that's why.
Is this to sell a max amount of
Maybe.
merch over in America?
Maybe that's why you've just
Maybe
said
that's
it.
why.
Probably, I agree,
don't know.
yeah.
It might not be. At the end of the day, are we happy with the logo? Let's
I don't care, it's not my team.
I'm not happy.
I'm not happy, but it's not my team.
What about
Why
the,
copy
just
just-
again the concept? No one's happy
No,
with
no,
the
no,
change.
no. We
Who cares
just
about
Like have our
I'll be
own a design type, not like copying NFL or NBA or whatever.
No,
just
no.
keep it how we've been doing it over the
100%.
20
All
years.
those years,
Don't,
yeah.
100%.
don't
And
follow.
They call NRL like for the fans, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe give a few options. Let the fan vote. The
100%.
fans vote.
Let them
Keep this
decide.
one. Maybe there's few options. Let the fans have a say because if the fans are behind it, then
100%.
you're not going to lose. You know what
You
I
had
mean?
like a Raiders situation where all the fans turned.
Exactly, yeah.
But
So you
who
don't
do
want
you
that to happen.
think? Which team is next on the shopping block?
Let's
Who's
make our
getting that
predictions.
logo- who's getting that logo
next?
change?
Make
Who's next? Let's
predictions. Who's next?
I'd say,
For some reason, I'm thinking. Go, Charbel.
I want to get this right. I'll go Dragons.
Dragons.
I'll go Dragons.
Nah, Dragons will stay the same.
He-
I think
I
it'll
feel like
stay
you
the same.
have a
because
point.
that
I'll
was
go
very
Dragons.
old.
It is
That one needs a whole
it's very
change.
tradition as
I'll
well.
go Dragons.
Dragons. Bill.
Go Anthony.
Anthony, who do you reckon?
That's a tricky one, right? Tricky one.
Titans changed it. Warriors have
I
changed.
don't know. Maybe
Raiders and Manly. That's it.
Tigers.
Tigers. Yeah, Tigers. That's just for 1 year.
Dogs want to be out there.
Okay, I'm going to go. Who? Knights.
Nice.
You reckon they just changed it?
Did they change it?
Yeah.
No.
And
No, they haven't.
they simplified.
They did. They simplified it. So
they-
Knights have been added onto the list.
I haven't decided mine. I haven't said mine.
Just you gotta think.
Okay,
about
you know what? I'll go Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Okay, fair enough.
Cowboys could simplify it even more. Maybe just I'm going to go Cowboys. I'll just say
even
that.
Melbourne changed the logo.
Yeah, they did.
You know
Did
what?
Melbourne change it?
What about
a couple
Warriors?
years ago
Yeah,
before
what about
the
New Zealand Warriors?
Yeah, they
New
changed
Zealand
it.
Oh, the roof changed as
So
well.
they're slowly changing it. Fuck, I feel
Parramatta
like,
as well?
Parramatta changed when the doggies changed.
But still, they can
Always trying
change
to
it.
copy us.
It's due, like they can do
Yeah,
one.
I have.
I feel like Parramatta changes their logo soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think dogs?
I think they're next.
So you can say dogs.
I think Canterbury Bulldogs.
Okay,
Okay.
so we
Fair
got
enough.
Dragons.
But if they change it, they have to bring back the old traditional.
Yeah,
like,
so-
Yeah, as we
similar
said,
to-
as we
yeah,
said.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, you've chosen dogs, but as we know, Adokar
Yeah.
has held positive talks with the Bulldogs about leaving the club or staying.
Yeah.
Is it a good thing that it's all resolved and now he can
It
just
shouldn't have been a
focus?
thing. I said on last
Yeah.
week on the podcast.
What's the Let's Trot podcast with
podcast,
Josh
yeah.
Adokar and Josh Mansell?
Yeah.
He even said that he was quite upset with what's happened, and
100%.
he
With the
even
incident,
stated that
yeah.
no one, like the NRL, really didn't care about that competition that was going on until
Yeah.
what happened. Now they're all interested, and it's quite upsetting, like for
100%.
him
It is, of
as a
course.
player, because he's never been suspended as a player.
Yeah,
he's never had any
yeah.
fights or that. But yeah,
But you know what's crazy?
What is it?
Why the hell did the Bulldogs officials care? As in, like, why did they actually have a sit down with this guy?
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's the
that's
most.
not- yeah.
This guy's the most likable bloke in rugby league.
Most popular person.
Most popular.
Cleanest.
Cleanest.
Yeah.
He sells the most
Yes.
merch. He's Let's Trot apparel.
Probably the greatest
And on
player
top of that, and on top of that, like, it's not like he did drugs.
he's probably the most known player in the
this it? But
NRL.
I feel
like,
this is-
worldwide.
Yeah,
Adokar.
and
And not just that,
He's the
and
face of the
he's
comp.
a loving person as well. Like he
Yeah.
loves the fans, loves
Yeah.
everyone.
So,
in
like,
general.
back to my point,
Yeah.
why did they have a sit down with this? How did he piss him off that much over just a little brawl?
a little incident.
You should be thankful he didn't do drugs or like
100%.
get us in a
Exactly.
scandal.
Look, if you look at it, it's an ongoing theme happening at the Bulldogs. Corey Harinara had the same problem.
Yeah.
He had that incident. He didn't feel he was being backed up, and eventually,
Yeah.
the club didn't say sorry and everything. He left, and now again it's happened. So, should we be afraid that when another situation happens, the club's not going to have that players back?
Yeah, that's
to
a fair point.
Yeah, that's a scary
Because you
feeling,
look
that
at Ockenbaugh, they gave him full support.
Yeah,
and
they
fair
did.
enough, the
And
player
they
does
gave him the
deserve
chance
full
as well.
support. But like Corey Harinara never got the support. You look
Yeah.
at Adam Elliott, the amount of times he's
done mistakes and that, yeah.
got suspended, and the
And
club
then they got
supported
rid of him
from
towards the end.
Yeah, and look, Adokar never
Where
got that
was
support.
Adokar?
That's what
Yeah.
the rumors are saying,
Okay,
that he
but-
didn't get the support.
We don't know. We don't know.
That's what
No
I'm
one
saying.
knows
We
the
don't know the
situation.
actual situation.
Exactly. No one knows the situation. I watched Josh Adokar's his channel on the podcast. Sorry, he even said like I'm the most cleanest person. I've never done anything wrong.
100%.
But he said at the game, he said everyone just wants to get together. They just want to have fun. They want to play.
He even
Because
said the match was very intense.
it was
Yeah.
because they're the most.
Yeah, cool. It's a
And he
big
said
match.
there was
They're the most competitive,
And he said there was things that led up to that moment. So
Yeah.
like
It just happens. Like
But
it
like-
just happens.
I think it's been blown out of proportion.
how do you get?
Yeah.
Who was it they got? Was it Reese? Who was it they got a one match ban for?
not too
Cocaine or drugs?
Wasn't it Walsh?
Was it Walsh? They
Yeah,
got
I
a one
think
game.
so, yeah.
How did Walsh get a 1 game ban?
this guy's getting
and
two.
Adokar
And
gets
it's
2
getting
for a
two.
little
Makes
brawl.
no sense.
It doesn't make
Makes
sense.
no sense at
Like,
all.
I feel sorry for Adokar, man. Like
I feel bad for him.
He's appealing it.
Hey,
He's appealing it.
he's appealing it.
Yeah.
No, he's
Oh,
actually going to appeal it. He actually
he-
said it.
Yeah,
on
good.
the-
I
has
feel
to.
sorry for him, man. Like, again, no one likes, but like everyone loves the Fox.
We all love him.
You want an example of, you want someone to set an example of what it means to be a rugby player on and off the field. It's Adokar.
Yeah, 100%.
Again, I want to keep saying that, man.
Yes.
That training day 2021.
That was, yeah.
His
Everyone
first stint
went.
in the Bulldogs. Didn't even play a game in the Dogs yet. He stayed, I think it was half an hour after
he met
all
everyone.
the boys went in the sheds.
Yeah.
Just taking
Walking
photos,
around
signing shit with fans.
Just shows the character he
Yeah,
is.
man,
What a
come on,
blow.
man.
It shows his
Ever
personality.
since
It
his-
shows his character. You know?
Ever since he's came to Belmore, we've loved him.
We always do love him, man.
He's just a likable guy. And
100%.
And if something pisses him off, then you know it's pissed him off.
Yeah.
So it's
Like
not
it's something
it's out of
serious,
character
yeah.
for him to
Like
do
the
it.
Reece Walsh.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Soccer Origin.
Yeah.
And I bet
Yeah.
you for a fact he won't do anything ever again. After
No.
this, he's going to retire clean.
Yeah,
he's
I
already
know.
clean, in my opinion.
He's-
but
I
he'll
think
retire
But
clean.
with his appeal, like he said, he's actually going to take it to the further
Yeah,
courts
yeah.
and that. I hope he wins the case.
Like
because
he's been
he
clean.
hasn't done anything
Even
wrong.
with that fight, he's
Yeah.
clean because
He's always
it's
been
just
clean.
a part of the game. Like,
Yeah.
it's part of the sport. There's going to be
Exactly.
fights. So I don't think
That's
he's done
normal.
anything
You know
wrong.
what? Back in my days when we used to play footy, everyone had brawls. Everyone
Yeah,
had
it's
punch-ups.
normal.
It's normal. It's a normal thing.
Part of the sport.
But why would you make a big drama about it and then put it on the media and this and that? Yeah. That's going to affect his family's life.
That's what the media does.
Everything.
Exactly.
But he doesn't want to affect his life. He just wants to be happy and move on. And he said, I want to start the preseason. I'm looking forward to 2024.
That's it.
So let's hope, man.
Looking forward ahead of 2024. He's smiling. The Blues have announced that Michael Maguire is set to replace Brad Fittler as the new Socceroos coach 2024. I think it's
that's not official.
It's not official. I think it is. It's set to be announced. It's set to be announced that he's going to be the coach.
But most likely.
I think that's a good...
Look, I wasn't expecting him to be the coach.
I like it.
Look, he's won a premiership with the Rabbitohs with a great squad. Yeah. Tigers, unfortunately, didn't have the best squad. Yeah. And usually that tends to happen. When you don't have a good squad, the coach is under pressure. Mm-hmm. I think, look, I'll have it like clean slate. I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
He's a coach that wants to succeed. He's very tough on the players. You can see always in the sheds, he's angry, he's fuming.
Always.
And that's the coach you want, especially in Origin. So I think he can install that feeling into the players. Like, we don't want to lose under this coach. He can bring that fight back into the club. Just like again against with the Rabbitohs, he won on the premiership. So look, there's mixed emotions, but I'm happy with it.
Why
aren't you happy with it?
I'm not happy.
Why?
If you're looking at recent times, I get it. What you said about the Tigers. Anyways, I was bagging you for Anyways, if you look at recent form, just like any player, if you're going to say a player's been playing bad, you look at his recent form. Not look at
and his record too.
Not look at 2014. Yeah, all right, he had a good squad back then. But if you're looking at recent Michael Maguire form in his way of coaching, I don't think he's the man for the job. How are you going to take? We're already losing. We already have no culture. I get it. Yes. He's one of those coaches that will give it to the players.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we were winning, if we just won the last series, fair enough, whatever. I feel like we're coming off a series loss. You think Madge is going to turn this around? I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
So you're saying you'd get like an OG coach, like a Ricky Stewart?
I really wanted Bellamy. Bellamy couldn't.
I wanted Ricky Stewart.
I wanted Ricky Stewart. But I don't think Michael Maguire's the man. I don't think so.
Anthony, what do you reckon?
Bro, I don't think it fits him as a New South Wales coach, man. I'll be honest with you. Doesn't seem he has that fit, personality, that potential, you know. I don't know. It's just... look, I understand that he succeeded in South Sydney. I know they won a grand final. Like how you said everything.
But that was 2014,
But state of origin level, bro, you got to have... all you got, bro. You have to have that potential to bring the best players from every club. But for me, I don't think he's the right fit for the job, bro. I really don't.
I agree with what Sammy said. What he said was like spot on because he does... Like, I was talking to my mates about this and they're all happy because, again, he can install that fear within the players that they have to play well. And it's a state of origin level. And with a coach like him, you need a coach like him that can, of course, put the fear and make the players play the best. Yeah. Because that's what he brings. He brings the best out of the players. You look at what he's done at Rabbitohs. With a good squad, he achieved what he can. Yeah. With Tigers, unfortunately, it was a poor squad.
He's only got 3 games.
That's
even then, 2 games.
I know.
You know, like that's true.
Yeah.
Are they going to get over a team like Slater's
That's what
Queensland
I'm saying,
team?
man. That we were coming off a loss, a dominating loss. Really, all right, they didn't get the 3. We didn't go 0-3. But at the same time, we're coming off a big loss. Like, everyone expected us to win this series.
You look at it, Queensland got Slater, old ex-Origin player. You should have got
Cameron Smith with
you should have got an ex-Origin player too.
100%. But see what we were saying about that fiery coach, the one that installed like the DNA, the culture, whatever, back in these players. How come Slater's not that type? How come they're winning games?
True.
Yeah, it's not always the case.
Yeah, it's not always the case, but
he has a passion for the state,
which is good.
And we need something like that.
I feel like Andrew Johns should have been.
Everyone's been saying that.
He's always
ruled
out. He will never be the.
He won't take it.
I think Michael Maguire does have passion.
Do you think so?
I reckon he does.
If he get angry, that's already showing passion.
Yeah.
Him getting angry at the players because he wants the best for the team and he wants to succeed.
It's recent form on tactics. Is his tactics going to work against Billy Slater's side? But that's that type. I get
state of origin. You're saying.
Hey, I'm saying state of origin. But I'm saying even like just you're looking at recent form. 2014 was 10 years ago, mate.
I know.
Yeah.
Same as Tim Sheens. They brought in Tim Sheens for Tigers.
No, it was 11 years ago.
Expecting to turn around because he won him in 05.
Yeah.
Did he turn him around? No, he got sacked.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you got to look at recent form, man. Recent form, I don't think so.
Put Bashar in the box.
I'm going to say... no, I wish. But my problem is
Forward.
Nah, you know what? I'll be fair. I think the biggest worry for Michael Maguire is the selection.
Yeah, he needs to get it right. He needs to get it right.
That's the first thing he needs to get right.
Because you have to see who's going to be fullback, who's going to be the wingers, centers, 5'8", halfback, props, forward, hookers.
The whole position.
The whole position. Yeah. That's my biggest worry for selection.
Because you look at Fittler, what he done, big mistake. So he needs to learn from that, what Brad Fittler couldn't do.
100%. And what we saw this year from State of Origin, that was rubbish. So, we had a bad last 2 seasons in Origin.
He needs to improve.
Yeah.
But Jerome Luai, someone that could potentially link up with him next season.
Yeah.
He's now linked away from the Panthers. Yep. He can't afford. Panthers can't afford him more than $800K per season.
Yeah.
So he could literally go anywhere now. I think November 1st
No.
November 1st, I think he can hit the market. People can start talking to him.
Yeah.
Where do you reckon?
I was laughing because he's one step away from the doggies, man. I'm scared.
I think it's joining Dogs.
I'm scared, man. Please don't come to the Dogs live, man.
Think of it. It fits perfectly. Crichton's there. Burden's there.
Yeah.
Kickout's there. Serraldo's there.
Gus
is there
as well.
He knows everyone, so he's going to already feel like he's home.
Are we
even
really?
Saaiman as well.
Are we really the Penrith Doggies?
Yeah, we are.
Are we really
That's what
Penrith
Panthers have been saying that to
us. And Adokar, he's played Blues with him.
Yeah, of course.
He's got so many players he knows there. I think
I've got a feeling, but
and he probably feels that they're building something there. So
I'm not happy, to be honest.
I don't want him.
Then that might
Burden goes centre then.
Burden might go centre. So if he comes in, the team changes completely.
Yeah.
It might be Burden, Sexton comes out.
I don't want these Penrith players. I keep saying it. I've said it multiple times on this podcast. I don't want Penrith players in his team because when we win everyone wants to win a premiership, no matter what it takes. You can buy the whole fucking Penrith squad.
Because we're getting the whole.
But bro, when we win the premiership, they're gonna say Panthers won that premiership. They won 4 years in a row.
Yeah, true.
No, it is fair.
I don't want Luai in this team.
I'm going to say this. I know he's on the market right now. I know they can't afford him. But where are you going to put him for next year?
No, it's probably for
2025. All right. You know what? I'd rather take him to West Tigers.
I was going to say, West
Tigers maybe.
They've got money.
Which other club?
Because Aiden Caesar's going next year to West Tigers. Yeah. So maybe that he can connect with
Coruscant there.
And Coruscant as well.
Again, I've always said Dragons is the best.
Maybe Dragons too.
Maybe Dragons. I don't know.
I think the struggling teams are going to try and get him.
Because Dogs or Tigers.
He's won premierships, Origin. Yeah. So there's a lot of clubs that'll be interested.
I don't mind him to go to Dogs. I don't mind him, but it's just I'd rather take him to Tigers. Look, they can help him out. Like he can help the players with the new.
Just say you don't want him, bro.
I'm not saying that, bro. You can't say that, bro. He's a good player.
No, I don't. You're allowed to have an opinion, bro. I know you don't want him.
But personally, I'll rather let him go to Tigers.
Yeah,
he can help the juniors out.
But he can, if he could help us.
We're in the same boat as the Tigers.
But what Bill said, it's already Academy.
The only reason why I wouldn't get Luai is because I don't want to ruin Burden's position because 100%. Burden isn't a halfback. Yeah. And you don't want to.
We've said it a number of times.
Sign Burden and you've already got Sexton. And I'm not putting Burden centre because you already got Crichton, Bronson, Jerry. Kiraz can play in that position. So I think it would be a waste of a signing Luai. Burden, I don't know what happens to him. Burden has to say 6 because without him, we're bad. We're gone.
We'll fall off.
We're gone. Yeah. So, we got to see where Luai goes. Moving on now to Dean Ritchie, a journalist from the Daily Telegraph. NRL players jumping all over the try scorer is irritating and childish. He says.
That's stupid.
It's another dumb thing that
media.
Look, they're just trying to put media out there.
It's the off season now. They got to find stories. You know,
stupid, bro. That's what the media does.
But why is he
like?
I haven't heard of any journalist say this. Not even Buzz Rothfield.
This is the first time.
The reason of sport is celebrating and having that moment with the teammates and that. That's the point of sport. I think this guy's just.
He must be a Broncos fan.
100%. Yeah. He must be a Broncos fan.
But honestly, what's wrong with scoring a try? You know, G'ing up with the boys that you scored a try. So you're saying if Nathan Cleary scored that try against Broncos, the winning try, he should just shake his hand, shake bloody Toto's hand.
You're telling me
I think it's NFL, so you want us to bloody run all the way to the try line. That's it.
This guy probably thought it was April Fool's that he's put this out. That's ridiculous. No.
They've got every right to even do more.
Is this on a particular game or just any?
He's just saying in general. It's childish. It's whatever.
You're telling me
how's that childish?
He's never played sport as a kid and celebrated.
That's why people in the comments are like, "This clearly he's never played a game."
I think this bloke is delusional in his mind.
Look, he's saying, "Are they over celebrating?" But still,
no. He said they should shake hands.
Really?
Who's going to shake hands?
Just shake hands.
Hey, you go, mate.
Remember that Burden and Toto celebration? I think he wanted
that. Okay.
But it's not fucking cricket. It's not
Good ball.
But honestly, it's not fucking cricket. It's not tennis.
Mate, it's NRL.
It's not golf, bro. It's bloody rugby league.
It's National Rugby League, mate.
We G up, bro. You're supposed to G up.
When you put a try, everyone wants to do a try celebration.
Because
There's nothing wrong with that.
He's saying that he'll say to like the sport golf, you shouldn't be shaking hands when you like win all that. Just celebrate more.
Who does that, right?
And it's like saying to the fans when you're at the games, don't jump and scream when we score.
That's so dumb, bro.
Oh, come on. That is garbage.
He said this.
That is so garbage, man.
He said this for a reason.
Next time, put a soldier to that.
Just clap your hands.
He's probably cut off something. I'm not sure. For him to say that, I've never heard a journalist.
That is actually the first time hearing that.
Say he cannot celebrate.
Look, he's probably a Broncos fan. These last two ones we spoke about. Dumb, it's not going to happen, never. They can keep on celebrating how hard they want for 10 minutes, for 5 minutes. Let them enjoy. That's part of sport. You enjoy it. And that's why we all love it. You know,
that's
the excitement of scoring.
Absolutely.
But then getting depressed when you concede a try and you're losing the game. So
it cheers up the crowd too. You have, buddy, whoever scores, say Addo Carr, kicks the ball in the crowd, all the boys jump on top of him.
That's the Aboriginal dance as well.
That's what I'm saying. As in, like, when they jump over each other, it just G's everyone up. It's a good
You remember
thing.
Curtis Morris's try against Gold Coast Titans at Banquist? When he ran into the crowd like that. That was crazy.
That was good. But that's the part of sport. That's what makes it so good.
That's what it's all about, man.
But now moving on to a new segment. It's called 5-a-side. So this week, if you had the choice to make a 5-side team with a coach including, who would it be? And we're building a spine of the squad. So fullback, 5'8", halfback, hooker.
It doesn't matter what position it is.
No, it does.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm saying the spine. So
I know.
Like, did you put the position?
Yeah, no. I put 5 particular players. I already did.
No, but it's not any players.
That's why I specifically put the spine of the. Okay, don't give us your play, but next time.
Yeah, I know. No. You come up with it on the spot. It's not that hard to know.
He'll know. Okay, ready?
Who goes?
You start first.
I'll start.
But this changes every week, so we might have a topic.
It'll be a different topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so fullback, I went Ben Barber.
Okay.
Now, I went Ben Barber, of course, because first of all, because I'm a Bulldogs fan.
Yeah.
That season was the best season ever, in an individual season I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Every time he touched the ball, it was just a great moment. He was off. I could have put Billy Slater, but I wanted to be different.
Yeah.
I wanted to go Ben Barber because in that season, you know what he's going to bring.
Yeah.
He's a threat. He's gonna cause problems to the defense. I think that's why I put Ben Barber really, and for that nostalgia feeling that I used to watch him and.
But I had the same, but I didn't. I changed it. No, I love Ben Barber. You know how much I love Ben Barber. But if we're looking at a career perspective, who would you actually want as fullback? Someone else. I'll get to it, but are we going position by position?
Yeah.
All right, done. All right, who's saying anything?
I don't know if you know Brett Mullen. He used to play for Canberra Raiders.
I know him.
He was actually a gun player, so I put him as a fullback.
Okay, fair enough. He was
a gun, bro. He used to make meters, man. I used to watch him on videos. Blake was crazy,
like line breaks and that from like 100 meter line and that.
Bro, the tries, he had like 4 or 5 tries every game, man.
Yeah.
I remember he used to verse Knights, 3 tries. He kept running. Everyone, I don't know if you remember Ray Warren. He's like, Brett Mullins.
Mullen.
Give us your best Rabs impression.
Give us
your best Rabs impression.
I'm horrible at it.
Go. Say, for instance, Ben Barber's scoring a 100-meter try right now.
Ben Barber.
Hopeless.
Okay, Bill.
My fullback, I said Billy Slater. We're looking at a career perspective, the longevity.
Yes.
From start to finish, Billy Slater's your man. 100%. You can't go past him.
I said the same thing.
I was going to go Slater, but wanted to be a bit different.
Love you, Ben Barber. Love you, but...
Okay, now 5'8" for me. Oh, is that the next one? 5'8", I went Benji Marshall.
Okay,
Oh, that's
I was going to go with Darren Lockyer, but I said, I changed up Benji Marshall. I loved him growing up as a kid, especially those steps. He's like Sean Johnson a bit in a way.
Back in 05, when he used
to... Back in the grand final moment, that was crazy. I just love watching him as a kid. He's got the skill, he's got the talent, 40 IQ, everything. Yeah, Benji Marshall.
I'm saying the one, the only, Terry Lamb.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a good one.
If you want
someone of Canterbury Bulldogs.
God bless. If you want someone to lift that squad, even strengthen that spine, Terry Lamb's your man.
Yes.
7-time Dally M 5'8" of the year.
Well.
1-time Dally M player of the year, 350 first grade. If we're looking at it again, a career perspective, Terry Lamb and the intensity he used to bring to those games, crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's a good shout.
I got Sean Johnson from New Zealand Warriors.
He's a halfback.
But he's played 6.
He's played 6?
Okay, Because I remember when he played for Toyota Cup, and then he jumped into the 6th spot, then he went back to 7. But he's played very, very well, like all the last 8 years of his.
Especially this season.
Yeah,
especially this year.
This year, right? He's a gun, man.
So you went
Sean Johnson.
I went Jonathan Thurston.
For 6?
No, look, that's what I've
He could. Yeah.
Queensland,
so look,
Queensland.
I've got it up here. I wrote it down a bit. So Thurston played 100 of his 323 games in the NRL as 5'8".
Yeah.
He won 3 Dally M 5'8" of the year awards until he came back to number 7. So he has played number 6. And as it says, he's won 3 Dally M's in that position. So yeah, I went Thurston for 5'8". No need to talk why. He's the GOAT. So I've put
100%.
him. Halfback with him, I've put Cleary. Thurston Cleary is such a good combination. That would just smash any team.
100%.
The control, the vision, their kicking game will be on point. They'd probably have to take turns kicking the conversions because they're both that good. So yeah, Thurston Cleary for that one.
For halfback, I put Shifty Brett Sherwin.
Oh, yeah?
Brett Sherwin's very good.
Brett Sherwin.
He was good.
He was my favourite player back in the days, back in 2002. Oh my God, man. That bloke, passing the passes left and right, always shifting it. That's why they called him Shifty Sherwin.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So he was my favourite.
Good pick.
My halfback, you had all the players I had before I changed.
You went Johns?
I went Andrew Johns. Simply, I was thinking Terry Lamb and Andrew Johns, they'll carve shit up, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you we're thinking back in that day, man, like the only reason and another reason why I changed it was because Andrew Johns, he's a big. I'm not to say Nathan Cleary isn't a big game player. We saw it in the grand final. But like Nathan Cleary hasn't won Origin series. You know what I mean? As in, like, he wasn't the main factor why they won an Origin series. That's why I chose Andrew Johns. He's a bigger game player.
Jonathan Thurston. Yeah. Like, think about, imagine prime Benji Marshall, the player 5'8". You need a running 5'8". Yeah. He has the whole package in that stepping. Thurston kicking game is perfect. He's got the vision, everything. So I think Thurston, again, one of the best halfbacks in the game. He's probably the best player in the game. So, yeah, I think that was a no-brainer. So, Jonathan Thurston, for me, hooker. Look, Cameron Smith is obviously everyone's first choice. Yeah. But I wanted to change it up. I went for Michael Ennis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Michael Ennis. Defensively strong. Especially as a hooker, you need that type of player that's going to go in the skin of other players during a big match, especially in final matches. Michael Ennis, I love watching him ever since I was a kid.
Yourself, Bill?
You just said it.
No,
you just said it. Cameron Smith.
Oh, Cameron Smith.
The bloke's a legend. I'm not gonna say it, but like I don't like him. I don't dislike him. But no, you can't. You got to respect his talent, man. What he's done for the sport,
and what he's
in that hooker position, man.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff he did throughout his career. But yeah, I'm going Cameron Smith.
Mine was from what's the name from Canterbury Bulldogs, Corey Hughes.
Yeah.
Oh, he was good.
I remember Corey Hughes playing back in the days.
You're doing a Bulldogs XI?
04 days, eh?
No, not just from 04, from 98 to 04.
Yeah. You might as well call yours a Bulldogs XI.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I actually saw Corey Hughes.
He's good, man.
No way.
When I was there, yeah.
Oh, really?
Solid hooker.
Yeah, Corey Hughes was solid hooker. But
I went Damien Cook.
This
one because
the beach spinner.
I wanted to be, so he's quick on the dummy half. He can run through players, run through the ruck, find a way. And then I knew if I'm having Barber's going to be there with him instantly to receive that ball when he makes that line break. So, that's why I went Cook, because I think it'd work well with Barber. They're both quick. Yeah. And Barber always there to support him when he makes those line breaks. Mm-hmm. And in prop, I went Paul Gallen. Paul Gallen, he's the leader you need in the team. He can play the full 80 minute, give it all he's got, just... Even when he's like ran out of energy in the tank, he's still going.
Goes,
and that's a player you need. So that's why I went Paul Gallen for that one.
Well, I got a big surprise one. Look, I'm not a big fan of Parramatta Eels, but Junior Paulo impresses me, man, every time.
Yeah.
Junior Paulo, bro.
I'm
actually a big fan of Junior Paulo. Yeah. The way how he plays, the way how he runs, he just goes in and he's very dangerous on the field.
Yeah. Good pick.
He's good. He's a good player, man.
Yeah.
I went Petro Seven Aceva.
I remember Petro.
What a
he was a gun. gun back in the day.
Just you want to make meters?
This
give him the ball.
Get him.
100%. He used to tear through the ball.
Yeah, he was. I was going to put him. I was so close.
Yeah. He was so good back then.
I think for me, the best forward in the game, I'm saying, is Gordon Tallis.
Yeah.
I think, bro, imagine Thurston passing him that ball, raging Gordon Tallis running through the defense. That's crazy.
Do you remember that moment when he chucked what's name
in the State of Origin moment?
Was that State of Origin? That was a funny.
I was between Willie Mason, but I said I couldn't say no to Gordon Tallis. I think he's a better player than Mason.
Bro, I still can't get it out of my head when he just chucked that play out. Who was it? Brett Mullen, was it?
Brett Mullen, I think. Yeah, Mullen,
Everyone, all the cousins were all together and were laughing our heads out. I can't remember. I remember when he was chucking him out and everyone just crying and laughing. I was on the floor.
That's a legendary moment.
Yeah, it is.
So again, we'll go back on our squad.
Who did you go, coach?
Coach?
I'm going Bellamy.
I'll go Bellamy.
I'm going to go Wayne Bennett.
Wayne
Bennett. He's the GOAT.
So 2 Bennett. So I'll go over my squad. I said Slater. I went for Benji Marshall, Thurston, Ennis, and Gordon Tallis with Bellamy as a coach.
Yeah, I said Billy Slater, fullback, Terry Lamb, 5'8". My halfback's Andrew Johns. For hooker, Cameron Smith. And for my prop, Petro Seven-Aceva. And my coach, Wayne Bennett.
So I had fullback Brett Mullen. I had Shaw Johnson, 5'8".
Yeah.
Sherwin, halfback.
Corey Hughes,
hooker. And we got Junior Paulo as a prop. And the coach was Wayne Bennett.
I went fullback Barber, 5'8" Thurston, halfback Cleary, hooker Cook, and prop Gallen, and coach Craig Bellamy.
Leave it in the comments. Who's got... Wait. So leave it in the comment.
Who's joking?
Leave it in the comment section down below who you think's got the best team, and what would you do if you had the chance to make a 5-side team with a coach. So leave it down in the comment section.
Anyways,
below.
Moving on, boys.
Fight talk. What
happened over the weekend? Misfits, the prime card. A lot of controversial fights on that night.
The undercards were the biggest compared to the main event.
Let's start with Salt Papi versus Slim, that crazy knockout.
That was a mad match.
Slim
Good match.
Everyone thought Salt Papi was going to win. He lost a lot of weight
for that fight.
Lead up to the fight.
But
he looked good, but it didn't end well for him.
Is honestly a crazy fighter.
He's good. Because Salt Papi is a very good fighter.
He's good. You rated him during the start of the year, yeah.
But that was I didn't expect that from Slim at all.
Look, we say Slim go to another level now.
I think he should have a big fight coming up soon. I don't know who is someone big, because I'm telling you, he could beat KSI Jake Paul.
But now it raises the question: does Salt Papi need to gain more weight to fight better again? Because
that's what people was questioning.
A lot of fight I've seen it, man. A lot of fighters go to different weight divisions, lose a lot of weight or gain a lot of weight and struggle, man. They don't feel natural. That's not their natural state.
So maybe he'll have to.
So hard for them
the weight.
Yeah.
Look, he was good. Yeah. He was still good. But again, when he had that weight, he was much, much better. That's when everyone's like, look at this guy.
Punches
He's
hurt more.
crazy. Yeah,
punches hurt more when you weigh.
When you have more, exactly.
That's why there's weight divisions.
It was very even, first 2-3 rounds. Yeah. But then slowly, I think the fatigue came with him. He started so Papi. But he wasn't Slim had that control. He was getting punches, jabs on the head of Papi. But I've always rated Slim. At the start, I really questioned if it was really the best in the YouTube industry or whatever, but he's really good, Slim. Yeah, I really rate him.
Yeah, 100%.
So Papi, as he said, when he got tired, he wasn't covering his
he wasn't covering his head.
Yeah. Then he took that one jab, and he saw he's not focusing again, and he got him out.
He just probably got him.
It's a one punch thing sometimes.
Yeah. Look, as a boxer, who do you think Slim should verse next to really show if he's really the best?
In the YouTube boxing scene? I don't know, man.
I think he'll beat KSI all day.
He deserves a big one.
I want to see KSI. You know what? You're right.
I think he'll beat KSI.
We'll get to the KSI fight when I think about that.
Yeah. I think he'll beat him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Slim's good, man. He's got a lot of knockouts on his belt.
I don't rate him.
How about give him a fight against Austin? You know Austin
Theory?
Yeah, maybe.
Austin McBroom. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Haven't they fought?
No, that's a good shout. Good shout.
Good win for Slim. Next match, Logan Paul and Dylan Danis.
Yeah, that was oh my god, what a shit fight.
That was terrible.
It was so bad. Muhammad Ali is rolling in his grave, as I said. Rocky Marciano is rolling in his grave. All these boxing legends are rolling in their graves right now.
They're probably thinking like, what the hell, man.
I've said it multiple times on the podcast. I want Dylan Danis to win. I don't like Logan Paul at all.
Yeah.
Never have.
I like Logan, but the old Logan Paul I didn't like. The new Logan Paul I like.
Even then, I just don't like him. But anyways, you saw the videos I was making. I was fully on Dylan Danis. How do you hype up a bloody fight that much, talking shit about Logan Paul's fiance that much, and then try to go for a takedown in a boxing match.
That is so dumb.
That's a total disrespect.
And then they started brawling. And Jake Paul comes in and he starts making it worse.
You can't tell me he was fighting.
He was just wasting his time.
He was doing it for fun. He
Payday.
Payday. But apparently he's got to give all that money to Logan.
Give all that money to Logan.
And I think he will.
Nah, he won't.
I don't know if you guys watched
what is that?
Who's the guy that interviewed Ronaldo and that?
Oh, Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan. He was on a podcast with him, interview.
Dylan
Danis was saying he has to give him like $1 million or something.
Same thing happened to what's his
name?
So
he won't keep his word.
Tyson Fury's dad, John Fury. I think same thing happened. I don't know which fight it was. I think the Jake Paul fight.
What annoyed me what he said, Logan Paul, I couldn't really fight him because he was moving away too much and I couldn't really get my jabs on him.
And he's saying Logan Paul was running.
That's what he said.
He lost a lot of respect that night. Everyone was rooting for Dylan Danis to win.
Yeah,
exactly. The crowd during that matchup, that crowd turned on Dylan Danis.
Everyone booed because
that's disrespect to boxing, of course, but to the fans too that paid money to watch this.
This just shows the downfall of boxing.
Of course, I think that was got to be the
not
worst.
only Dylan Danis' performance, but the decisions that have been being made. We'll get to that later.
Even the controversial
just
and
in general,
trash talking.
Boxing isn't the same anymore.
But looking in the real boxing world, you're right, man. Like even if we're taking a step outside the YouTube boxing world, it's happening in regular boxing.
That's what I'm saying. Regular boxing as well.
But this was, I couldn't believe just watching it was a hard watch. It was a very and I felt sorry for Logan Paul. He came for a proper fight.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. No exchanges were being thrown. Let me pull up this stat.
Yeah.
I'll let you know one of the just to show how bad this fight was.
Danis landed like 6 punches.
Danis his average punch per round was 12 with 3 landing per round.
Yeah. Wow.
On top of that, Dylan Danis landed 16 punches over 5 rounds.
Wow.
Only 16 punches for 5 rounds.
That shows, bro, he was not. I don't know why he was fighting Logan Paul. He was just doing it for the money, like you said.
Exactly. But 24 hours later, he actually announced that he wants to verse Mysterio for the US title.
Yeah, Logan Paul, that's right.
Yeah. Logan Paul.
I don't know if you watched on Impulsive, he was saying something about, because see what he was, Dylan Danis was saying about his girlfriend and that, missus and that he was very angry. Like he said, if I had entered that match, like there was a moment before the fight, he was praying with, meditating with what's his ex name? Not ex, his missus. Nina. He was just talking, they were meditating, and in his head, he just wanted to find some peace and go into a match where he can control his anger. Because if he goes into that fight just full in emotion, he's going to struggle. Yeah. But he was meditating, and then he just kept in his head, I just want to forgive this guy. And then he straight away just said, in his mind, he thought, Jesus.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. If you watch it, he said Jesus put this mind to forgive, and I forgave on the spot. He said I forgave him. He said that
on camera, didn't he?
Yeah, so maybe
man, he's trying to get people behind him.
No one knows what's in his heart. But again, maybe it's just all for that.
Maybe it's true. Good on him.
Maybe it's all for that.
Him and KSI cringe me out.
What about the KSI fight? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Start, Samuel. Start.
I think KSI. I personally think he got robbed. Because
so you're saying KSI won the fight?
I think so. Look, if maybe I'll say draw. Best, I think draw. But I think if it was a win for him, I would have not been surprised because all the commentators were so surprised that Tommy won.
Even Tommy Fury was.
What's his name?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury.
You see his face in that crowd before they announced the winner.
Yeah,
concerned.
The bloke was just looking around like, "Fuck, we lost this."
Yeah,
they announced Tommy Fury wins. Yeah, like he's jumping up. Yeah. He knew it, man. The veteran in Tyson Fury knew.
First 2 rounds, I think KSI dominated that match.
Yeah.
The first 3 rounds. And even, don't forget, Tommy Fury did lose a point. Yeah. So again, for him to lose a point that early on, that really shows, like, it'll be hard to get a win overall because
it's 6 rounds.
In the last 3-4 rounds, Tommy Fury, of course, he lost the point. But if you really want to win, you need to show more than what he did. In the last 4 matches, the rounds, he showed nothing at all for him to get that victory.
I'm telling you, man, like, that fight was I think it was harder. It was harder to watch that fight than a Logan Paul fight.
Yeah.
That really, truly, every single time one punch was thrown, a clinch got in. A clinch happened, and that happened over 6 bloody rounds. It was, and it wasn't because of Tommy Fury. It was because of KSI. KSI, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to show him who the better boxer is. I'm going to show him whatever this, and that. He really showed nothing to him personally for me. Yeah. He showed no skill. I hate his style of fighting. To think he thinks he's going to beat Jake Paul, you're bloody dreaming.
But sometimes when he does that technique, he sometimes doesn't get him.
He does, because he fights awkwardly. I've said this before. It's unorthodox.
Yeah.
But you look at the stats. Look, man. 3 out of 13 jabs landed for KSI in 6 rounds, which is fucking shit, man.
That's hopeless.
3 jabs landed out of 13. 12 out of 55 jabs landed for Tommy Fury. On the better side, it's not too bad, not too good.
Yeah.
Still 12 jabs is bad, considering Tommy Fury's game plan in the Jake Paul fight was the jabs. Yeah. He should have used that more.
Yeah.
I reckon that would have got him a more dominant win over KSI. But man, and look, KSI outlanded him in power punches for the first 3 by 10. So he landed 10 more in the first 3 rounds. And then look, Tommy Fury outlanded him in rounds 3, 4, and 6. So in my personal humble opinion, but it should have been a draw at the very least.
A draw at least,
At least, 50-50.
In my eyes, how I see it, Tommy Fury should have never won. It should have been a draw or KSI win.
You know what was more upsetting than the actual fight?
What was it?
After the fight, how KSI reacted to that loss.
I saw that. On his,
be humble in defeat.
I don't like Jake Paul. I respect him, but I don't like him. But when he lost against, same thing happened. He got a point deducted, got knocked down in the Jake Paul fight against
Who
Tommy
got deducted, Jake Paul or Tommy?
So Jake Paul knocked him down. In a Tommy Fury fight, and he thought he should have won. He never went and kicked the bloody screen board and said, I'm going to appeal this. He's just like, you know what, the better man won. I don't agree with this. I'm going to move on. KSI, the way he reacted was absolutely unacceptable.
Look, fair point, but I think Tommy Fury was much better in that Jake Paul match.
Yeah, he was.
So I'm saying, I think KSI was angry because Tommy Fury wasn't at his best at that match.
Yeah, but like,
how do
you feel in your heart you won that match? How do you feel in your heart you won that fight? KSI, I'm talking about.
KSI, like
how do you truly feel that you won that? All right, he got a point deducted. I get it. It should have been a draw. But how are you going on camera, and thousands of people in that arena, making a fool of yourself, and you're saying you won that fight?
And he was hugging most of the time. Whatever
humble?
you say, clinching, is that
that's the worst thing about, right?
Just be humble. Exactly. Say, all right, I'm going to look back at the footage. I might appeal it. Or just don't say anything at all.
Exactly.
Just say, all right, whatever. We'll move on to the next
Is it true about that match card that got released, the results? The judges score.
Oh, they appealed it, but
because you saw the score.
Appealed it. I think it was a majority decision. Now it's a unanimous decision for Tommy Fury. So it didn't go in KSI's favor.
Yeah,
so it didn't go his way.
It went
technically,
worse.
But see, when on the comments were saying when you add up the score, it should have been a draw.
Nah.
Or was it someone made it up?
It could have went 9-9. I think it was the second round.
It was 8, but changed it to 9.
Was it the second round he got the
second round, yeah.
So it could have went 9-9 or it should have went 8-10.
If you look at even after the punch in the back, he kept doing it. So in a way, like he could have appealed that, but
KSI is hopeless. He's going to get nowhere in the YouTube boxing scene. I think it's a good thing that he's not fighting Jake Paul, because Jake Paul will knock him out.
Yeah, probably.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but he did well against
KSI is the worst YouTube boxer out there. The only reason why fighters can't understand the way he fights, because he doesn't know how to fight.
Yeah.
He's very unorthodox in the way he fights. Yeah. That's why no one can understand him.
Well. Maybe that's his style. That's how he just boxes.
That's why Tommy Fury had a hard time finding out how
is that a good thing?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing and a bad thing. As
so you're saying maybe it's a bad thing?
If the right fighter figures him out with his hands that low and jumping around like a UFC MMA fighter,
someone's
going to knock him out.
Someone will knock him out soon. But should have Tommy Fury studied him before 4 or 5 months?
I reckon he did, but I didn't expect
to be. It was probably a late notice thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, it wasn't late notice. What do you mean late notice?
Look, moving on to now some professional boxers. The big match on Sunday. Tszyu versus Buy Man Mendoza.
That was I watched that.
I did actually.
Did you actually watch it?
I was at the meal with my dad.
Oh yeah, you end up watching it?
I just saw it on the screen. I watched it a bit.
Good on your boys.
But
nah, what a fight.
Mendoza,
credit to Mendoza.
I don't watch this a lot, but I said, you know what? Let me see it. Mendoza, man.
Mendoza got the heart of a fucking warrior.
Yes, man. But this guy was not normal.
You understand, boys? Tszyu's power, even recent form. Fucking, you're not going to get past a punch by Tszyu.
Yeah.
He was landing those uppercuts, those right hands.
Reminded me of Rocky.
He did not stop. And it didn't get knocked down.
I was saying he's a winner in my eyes.
Yeah, that's a win. That's a win for him.
Bro, man, there was a part, I think, in the final 2 rounds, Tszyu was just knocking him out, keep on punching him.
He still kept going.
And he went down, but he got up again.
Yeah.
And he was bleeding, but he just did not
get knocked down?
No, the ref said, are you fine? He stopped again. That's
for
what
me, look, for his plan, of course, his always first goal is to win against Tszyu.
Yeah.
But for him to go 12 rounds against the greatest boxer possibly in the world right now,
rising,
because he hasn't lost the match too.
He hasn't. Doesn't.
He's still undefeated.
Sometimes the O means nothing. Yeah. But he's rising, man. I'll give you that. He could be one of the greatest ever.
He's so calm, very calm in the ring. His punches are perfect.
I love
his
the way
accuracy is like spot on.
You look at just a simple 1-2.
Yeah,
1-2 is a jab and a cross.
I noticed how calm he was, not tired. Even 12th round, he looks still normal.
You don't understand. Like a lot of fighters get that wrong. The 1-2. The way he's mastered that 1-2 is crazy. Like that punch, that combo lands so perfectly. It knocks a lot of people out.
He does it so effortlessly. Like he's so good.
Yeah.
Even Mendoza had a few big shots too.
He did.
He got him,
as we said, you got to give credit. Heart of a lion.
I think I didn't end up seeing the result. What was the final?
It was unanimous decision.
All went to
Tszyu won.
Okay.
But that and you do realize Mendoza was ranked second. In the WBO, he's not a pushover.
He's got 16 KOs. I'm pretty sure when I saw. So but he's a good boxer too. A massive, and it's good when you're a good boxer and you have that ability to stay during the whole fight and keep on going. And he has that. That's not a lot of fighters do that. They're like few round fighters and they'll eventually. I know Rocky's a movie, but related to that, he lasted 12 rounds but still lost. But again, for him to go that long with, again, like I said, one of the best. It's like a win for him in a way.
You go look at everyone's reaction after that fight in regards to Brian Mendoza. Mate, I'm telling you, like everyone was like, this bloke is just like, they were talking about Brian Mendoza, not Tszyu.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was just talking about Brian Mendoza. Like, after watching that, I'm a big fan of him.
The next big fight for Tszyu is that Jamel Charlo fight, man.
Yeah, that's what they've been saying.
I'm telling you, because he said in the post-fight, he's like, Charlo, where you at? He's like, where you at, buddy? Like, he wants that fight for the undisputed gold. This is most likely his last fight in Australia for a while. Man. He's going to go over to the States, fight over in Vegas, and then claim legendary status. Man.
That's when you start.
That's where he reaches his prime.
Because he's just in Australia fighting.
Because he's still in Australia fighting.
His dad was the same thing back in the day.
Do you reckon he'll do good there too? You reckon
he's going to beat Jamel Charlo?
You know what? Tszyu will succeed.
He's American.
Jamel Charlo, he just fought Canelo, one of the pound for pound.
Oh yeah, I know Canelo. Yeah,
but he just fought him. So like that fight is next.
Did Charlo win?
No, he lost. But it's hard to beat Canelo. But yeah, man, that was a crazy fight. That Mendoza fight.
I love that. I don't watch a lot of boxing matches, but I watched it on the right time.
That could be up there as one of the best matches.
Yeah,
maybe.
It was a good match. Not one of the best. It was good. It was
an entertaining match.
A good match.
He will succeed in the States for sure, bro. I guarantee.
100%. He's going to get all the gold.
100%.
One of the greatest. Mark my words. He's going to be one of the greatest Australian boxers of all time.
100%.
Who is the greatest Australian boxer?
Tszyu.
Oh, okay.
Tszyu, Tszyu was the best one.
But yeah, man, that was crazy. All right, Anthony, moving on. UFC Fight Night happened over the weekend. Barboza and Yussuf was the main event. Yeah. But let's start with the first fight on the main card. It was Christian Rodriguez versus Cameron Saaiman. Look, that was a great first fight for the main card. Yeah. Rodriguez unfortunately missed weight by 5 pounds going into the fight, so he had a bit of more of a weight advantage in that way.
Yep.
But what about that was, man. Saaiman actually tried to get the anaconda choke early, but he wasn't successful. Couldn't really get that leg locked to actually lock him into place to get the anaconda choke.
Yeah.
But look, honestly, Rodriguez, even the way Rodriguez would counter that whole fight, it's like Saaiman would land one, but he would pull back and then land like 3 more. It was great. Like if you wanted a toe-to-toe matchup, that was the matchup, man. That was a great bout. Look, in the first round, Saaiman had 28 significant strikes, which is heaps, man. Like he smashed him in round 1. But look, even just as the fight went on, Saaiman, like he really put that pressure on Rodriguez, really like throughout that whole bout. And you could really see, at the end of the day, you could really see Rodriguez struggle. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it was a unanimous decision win for Rodriguez. It was a great bout. I want to see this bout again. I really want to see this bout again. The commentators were going crazy. It was in the Apex, so a lot of the fans, like, you didn't really, there was no.
You can't hear it much. Yeah,
there was no fans there for reaction.
Yeah,
but I know the fans at home were going crazy because that was a great fight to watch. I'm gonna keep saying it again. That was a great match. But moving on.
Yep.
Andre Petroski versus Michael Periera.
Bro,
what are your thoughts on that fight, Anthony?
Bro, he just dominated him the first round, bro. That punch.
Yeah. And he moved up
He actually moved up, yeah.
So he was
in the middleweight division,
He was packing more weight in that middleweight division.
He's getting stronger too,
man.
Michael Periera. But he put him into the canvas, bro, and just gave it to him, bro.
And you know what I think it was at the end of the day?
Yeah.
You see Periera at the start of just in the few. What was it? What moment of the fight did he knock him out? Was it 2 minutes in?
It was 1 minute and 6 seconds in round one.
Just even before that, man, you could see Periera just switching stances, feinting, just confusing Petroski, really. And it paid off for him, man.
Exactly.
That straight right hand down the middle, fucking
just clean punch. And he only had 6 punches just in the first minute.
It was nothing, but
he's just dominated him anyways.
But look, that's a very big statement for Periera because that's his debut in that middleweight division. Like, God knows, like maybe that's his weight. Maybe that's where he, wins the title.
Oh, for sure, bro.
In that middleweight division, because he's
actually going to come out fit, man.
And Petroski's a good fighter, man.
Nah, he is,
He's not a pushover bloke. Like, to get a knockout over him was fucking amazing.
It is.
But moving on, Jonathan Martinez versus Adrian Yanez in the bantamweight division. What are your thoughts on that fight, Anthony?
That was a very, very tough fight, man. He had the inside leg, bro. Like, he attacked the legs so hard.
Yeah.
He had those kick legs, man. Like, it was perfect clean shot on the legs.
It was a knockout.
It was a knockout, of course.
It was a leg kick knockout.
Yeah.
Only 14's been done in the UFC. I think he got the 15th. And Martinez, that's his second one.
Yeah.
He's knocked out 2 blokes by leg kick knockouts. That's his specialty. But Yanez, man, I don't know, man. He was coming off, I think it was against, his last fight was against Rob Font.
Yeah.
He was on a five-fight winning streak. He lost against Rob Font, and then he lost again now against Martinez.
Yeah.
I think he was favourite for this fight too. So, it wasn't pleasant, man. Just Martinez had a game plan that whole fight. Just to attack that leg. And it worked well for him, man. Just kept attacking it.
It just till he got that knockout. He went for the target for the whole spot.
Just went for that. I think it was that left leg that they got.
Yeah, because it looked weak.
Up.
Yeah, it looked 100%. Very, very weak.
Kept attacking that leg until it gave out and it couldn't give no more.
And plus his strikes as well. He had 36 strikes as well.
Yeah.
Like that was nice.
It was good. It was a good fight for Martinez.
Oh, for sure.
But this was supposed to be Yanez's comeback fight. He was supposed to come back from that loss, beat Martinez and just make his way up the division. But didn't go his way. Didn't go his way, man.
Exactly, bro. It was hard for him because Jonathan Martinez was just going for that kicks that hard. He's saying to his head, you know what? I'm actually going to go for that one spot and just make it weak for him. So he can't do anything else. And he had more strikes and he controlled it.
100%.
So
that was a good win for Martinez.
Yeah.
Next fight, Jennifer Maia versus Viviane Araujo in the flyweight women's division. Anthony, what are your thoughts about that fight?
I think that was a tough fight, bro. I think it should have been a draw, but you can tell by the unanimous decision, 29-28, 29-28.
Yeah, man.
I don't believe it, man.
In that first round, it was back and forth.
Yeah, it was
back a standoff, man, between the two girls, man. It could have been anyone's round that first one. Vivian, she took ground control that second round. She really took control of the fight when the second round came around. But look, Maia improved in the third.
Yeah.
She actually got ground control. She got on top. As you said, I agree. I think it should have been a draw.
I think it should have been a draw.
But it was a unanimous decision win for Viviane. That was another great bout too, but I want to see it again. I want to see it again
because you can tell by the total strikes. Jennifer Maia had 60 strikes and Viviane, the Brazilian one, she had 64 strikes.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a close fight. Yeah. And like I said, it was a draw. They were punching each other.
It was a good bout. It was a tough fight. I want to see it again. But now, finally, onto the main event. No, main event.
Oh, the main event. Sorry.
Sodiq Yussuf versus Edson Barboza in the featherweight division. Thoughts on that fight, Anthony?
Oh, my God. I don't know what to say, man. Barboza, he just had good punches, good control, good takedowns as well. So there was a one knockout as well. But the control time, he only had 3 minutes and 4, which is like...
For who?
Barboza.
But to think this guy's 37 years of age, he should be still going down. Because in that first round, Yussuf knocks him down. He comes out firing, comes out swinging, knocks him down, Yussuf, in that first round. But the veteran in Barboza is like, I'm going to weather the storm. I'm going to keep it going. And I'm going to change his fight around. And he did, man.
He's dangerous.
As the fight went on, he just got better. So look, the first round was Yussuf. As I said, kept getting better as the rounds went on. But you look at the stats, man. Look, in that first round, it went 44-10. Significant strikes for Yussuf. So as I said, it was dominating that first round. But I feel like the game plan as the fight went on, Barboza kept going for those body shots.
Yeah.
Kept taking the wind out of Yussuf. That's what slowed him down. That's what
puffed him out.
That's what really got Barboza the win.
Yeah.
You look at, I don't know what the stat was exactly, but he landed a shitload of bloody body shots.
Yeah, of course,
that would win the fighter. If you ever get hit on the body, a body shot, a nice body shot, it'll win you. I mean, you can't continue.
Exactly. And he took him down as well, 3 takedowns as well, which was perfect.
100%. As I said, kept getting better. But you look at that third round for Barboza, 63 to 19 significant strikes. For Barboza in that third round.
That's crazy, man.
He should be slowing down. He's 37 years of age. He has no right.
He's
not old and he's not young, but he has no right to have that amount of cardio in him. Yeah. Anyways, Anthony, that was it for UFC Fight Night. Moving on to a weekly segment now called the Touchline Tip Off. Any sponsors want to sponsor us for this segment, let us know.
And DM us on the social or even on Instagram and that as well.
But anyways, UFC 294.
Yeah.
We've seen a change now in the co-main and the main event. Yeah. Volkanovski has stepped in on 12 days' notice, as well as Usman against Chimaev.
That's right.
This is a greater event in my opinion. I feel like this time around, we'll get to our tips, but I feel like this time around, Volkanovski gets it done.
Yes.
But let's look at the odds on Sportsbet. So for Chimaev and Usman, comes at Chimaev is $1.34, his favorite. Yeah. Usman is $3.27.
Underdog, yeah.
If I was to put my money, I'm going to put my money on Chimaev. He's on a roll right now, man.
He's undefeated, bro, isn't he?
He's just carving up the bloody division right now. But who are you tipping, Anthony?
I'm going for Chimaev as well. Round 2 by knockout.
I'm gonna say Chimaev round 2 knockout. Same thing, man. He's $8.75 on Sportsbet to knock out Usman. But Usman, man, he's not a pushover fighter, man. He knows.
After his last fight against Leon Edwards.
Exactly. He lost back-to-back fights against.
That's right.
But he was at one point in time a pound for pound.
Yeah,
great. He is. Pound for pound best. But so I think comes at Chimaev gets it done.
Yeah.
Moving on to the main event. 12 days notice again. Alex Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev.
Our Aussie favourite.
First time around, got robbed. Everyone knows that. That's a fact. This time around, I think he's gonna finish him off in spectacular fashion.
He has to.
Because look, when there's no pressure on a fighter, Anthony, he's a dangerous fighter.
Of course he is. His punches, bro.
He's got nothing to lose.
Yes.
But Makhachev's got everything. Makhachev's got everything to lose.
Yeah.
Volkanovski's got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
That's how you know he's
good with strikes. Good with everything.
Yeah.
But you know, Makhachev, he's good with his grappling and takedowns. That's my biggest worry. And his submission as well.
Yeah.
That's what we got to watch for.
100%.
But Volkanovski with his strikes and his power, he's got the whole advantage.
100%.
I think he's better than Makhachev.
He mauled him in that first fight. That was all Volkanovski. It came down to ground control time.
Absolutely.
But $1.39 for Makhachev. Alex Volkanovski is not the favorite. He's $3.
So what? But I'm going to put Volkanovski.
I'm saying Alex Volkanovski. I feel like he knocks him out this time.
I think he will, bro. I think maybe round 4.
He'd be the first bloke in the UFC to knock out a Dagestani.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. One of these guys got to knock out these Dagestanis, man. Put them in their place. This is talking from a McGregor fan. But anyways, I feel like he gets it done.
Yeah.
I feel like Volkanovski gets it done. Third round.
Or round 4.
Third round knockout. Paying out $23.
Wow.
To knock him out in the third round.
That's a tricky one, man.
So
I'm going to say round 4, man.
Round 4?
Round 4,
knockout?
Yeah. I reckon he'll clean him.
So you don't think he's going to the decision?
No, I reckon round 4. Round 4, knockout.
For Volkanovski.
Volkanovski for sure.
That's a good tip,
Aussie favourite.
That's it, man. He's 80 kilos. When they caught him up, he was 80 kilograms. He's got that's 180 pounds. Like, he's got to cut a lot of weight for this fight. He has pressure. He's going to win that double strap, earn the pound for pound status.
I want to see that double strap, man. I think every Aussie person is waiting for that double strap for Volkanovski, man.
I can't wait.
I pray to God that Volkanovski dominates Makhachev.
100% he will. He will, bro. Aussie,
mate. Aussie.
That's it. But anyways, that's Touchline Tip Off for this week. And that's Fight Talk for this week. Moving on to some football talk.
All right, time for some football talk. We'll get underway. The boys just finished their Fight Talk, and we'll kickstart it. Ronaldo, 40 goals, the most out of any player in 2023. Man, this guy won't stop. He's almost 40 years of age, and he's still playing like he's 29. Like, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's very good. Like, still nearly 40 years old, and he's still the same. He's like playing like he's 28 years old.
Yeah.
He's just a phenomenal player. Still in Saudi. I think he's really enjoying his time in Saudi, but we're talking about his time at Portugal right now. He's got 40 goals, which is the most goals in 2023 ahead of Haaland and Mbappe, which is crazy stats considering the age he's at. And of course, you could say he's playing in Saudi, so it's a bit of an easy competition compared to Haaland and that.
Mbappe's in PSG.
Fair enough.
So in a way,
look, Ronaldo... people always question after that World Cup defeat when they got knocked down the quarterfinals that his time was up and that he couldn't be the Ronaldo he was a couple seasons ago. But look, I think he's still the same. I think, personally, I think Portugal will be winning the Euros next year. I think they'll win it again, especially after the World Cup defeat. Ronaldo will be hungry to get a European trophy under the belt, and especially because of his competition against Messi. And I think, again, I'm saying I think, but I think the World Cup will be his last one in 2028. I'm pretty sure that's the next World Cup. Yes.
2026.
No.
Bro, the World Cup was last year.
Oh, oof. Yeah. 2026. Yeah. 2026. So I think there's a long way for Ronaldo. He's still got a few more years under his belt, and I think it's not over for him, and he's got a lot of trophies left to win.
When I speak about international level, Australia, Socceroos, They lost 2-0. I think, was it 1-0 against England? That was correct, yeah. But just not that. They had so many chances that game. And for majority of the game, you could really say that they didn't deserve the loss. They were playing, in a way, better than England. They were creating the more chances than England, the bigger chances. And not just that match, but I've got a few written down here. The rise of the Socceroos. Ever since that World Cup, they've really put themselves on the map and saying that they're coming. They're ready to take on another level. Like, they beat Ecuador 3-1, then they lost against Ecuador 2-1, 2-0 against Argentina, which isn't a bad result, 2-2 against Mexico, which is a very good result, and they lost 1-0 against England. So they're fighting in matches now. They're staying in, and I feel the young players that are coming into the team, it's just really helping the team. Harry Suter is playing very good at centre-back. He's looking solid when he plays with the Australian defence. Mitch Duke almost scored a screamer goal against England. So, it's looking good for us, of course, the Socceroos, but us Australian fans. We've always wanted to have that team to cheer on and know that they can do good, that they can cause shocks and upsets. And it's looking like that team can really do something in potentially the next World Cup.
Fair enough, because you look at the teams like Denmark, you look at teams like, what are the lower teams that are quite on our level? Mexico, Japan.
Yeah,
like those nations, they're not the big, but they're always fighting. So maybe we're going in that position where in a generation right now where Australia will be in that position where we're competing in the finals.
We could beat Germany.
Japan did.
Almost got Argentina.
Yeah, and you look at the England result, I think we were a much better team. We deserved to win that game. So many chances. Duke missed an unfortunate chance. Could have been like a crazy goal if he had scored that goal. Defensive was solid. We defended as a unit. We had a game plan. We stuck by it. But Watkins just, of course, England, it's at home, and their quality is much, much better.
They know how to finish.
They finished the dinner plate.
Yeah, but we're proud of the Socceroos and what they're doing, and it's only up from here. Hopefully, the next World Cup, they're shining, they're doing good, and can potentially go further in the World Cup. They made a round of 16, so who knows? Quarterfinals, semifinals, you don't know. But what we do know is that Man City have a tough fixture coming up. 7 games. I'll read it out to you now. They've got Brighton at home, Man United away, Bournemouth home, Chelsea away, Liverpool home, Spurs home, Aston Villa away. That is a scary draw. Yeah. Now, for Man City's level, it might not be, but if you really look at their past 2 fixtures, they've got 2 defeats. And that is the first time in a while where they had 2 losses. So,
look, now, you say 2 defeats. It's technically in 4 games they've lost 3 and won 1.
Yeah.
So their form's not really looking good. But again, we're saying, will this depict if they're going to win the league? I don't think so, because it's a 38-game season. Yes, when these games all done, it'll be like probably round 12, round 13. But still, I think Man City are not a team that on the start of the season, it's going to show if they're going to win the league, because last year they struggled at the start of the year, and look what happened towards the end of the year.
But like with fixtures that congested, and it's tough game after tough.
But they're used to it for me. They've got the squad.
They've got the squad to do.
If Grealish start, you got Foden on the bench. If Haaland's on the, if Haaland starts, you got Alvarez on the bench. Now Doku. If who's their right wing? Bernardo Silva, just for example, he's on the right wing. They got Doku.
Yeah, so they've got
the squad to match with the amount of games they're playing.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, they lost against Wolves, of course. They lost against Arsenal. Without Rodri, maybe that's the reason why they're not winning. But these next
Rodri is a big,
very tough for them. And how are they going to react after losing back-to-back for the first time in ages? It's going to really test them mentally.
Because they're not used to it.
They're not used to it. They're always used to winning and maybe having one setback and they'll bounce back. So it's a really test for City, especially coming up to these big teams. I really think they can do good, of course, in these fixtures.
Brighton, they'll win.
Brighton at home, I think they'll win. United away, look, we've been off form, but United away, we always manage to sneak a win. So that one's going to be tough for them. Bournemouth at home, we know.
Chelsea away, I think they'll win.
Liverpool home will be tough.
Yeah, and
Spurs at home is always tough.
But Spurs, because Spurs, they've got a good record against Man City.
Aston Villa away is tough. So look, I'm only questioning Man City because of these past 2 defeats, where they haven't been impressive and it's been a little of a downfall. But we know Man City, they're going to bounce back and they're going to prove why they are the defending champions for the last 3 seasons. So Man City probably aren't concerned. The fans are positive, optimistic.
Think they're not scared at all.
If they go and lose against Brighton and then United away, or even not even get a win within those 2, then you start to panic a bit and you start to wonder what's going on. But that's the future and we've got to wait if that happens. So right now, they're still in a good position and they just got to wait to see what's going to happen.
It's weird seeing Man City in 3rd position.
It is because
they're always in the top 2.
They're always on top.
Yeah.
Look on the other side of Manchester.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention.
Man United now, the Qatarians are no longer, are no longer in the race to buy the club. And now it looks like Sir Jim Ratcliffe is about to take over for a 25% stake. So I've got a few notes here. $2.4 billion he's going to bid for the 25% stake. So basically, that would mean that the Glazers are receiving double the amount in which they paid in 2005, in which they did pay $959 million. The Qataris offered a bit less money, but they wanted 100% ownership of the club. And with the Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in for 25% stake, it means that the club, the Glazers, still own the club, but are still hugely in debt. So as a Man United fan, this isn't a good thing. We don't want 25% because that means the Glazers are still going to be in there. That means they're not going to make changes. The facilities are going to stay the same. The way we operate is going to stay the same. And if Ratcliffe took 100%, took everything, it would have been perfect. But now with 25% only, the Glazers still have majority of the final decision. They have the final call. And I think that's going to affect us and we're not going to improve. And now if this goes ahead, we're going to be with the Glazers for another 3, 4, 5 years. It's going to continue to happen. And Qatarians would have been a great thing. They would have got the right people in, the right head of directors, head of football directors, all that would have been sorted. They would have had full control. But right now, with Ratcliffe coming in, it's not looking good. And the future looks dark for Man United. So anything to add on that?
I've always said, ever since Ferguson left, I saw United heading on that dark road, and they're still in that dark road, and they haven't escaped it. You got, of course, Erik ten Hag, who's done a pretty decent job. He's tried to steady the ship. Rangnick, I feel, he tried his best, but of course, behind the scenes, what was going on?
And he did reveal all the problems.
Even Ronaldo did,
and they're still there. So, and of course, they're going to be still there because they're the owners. So it's annoying, man. I don't know what they're going to do with it. We've got to accept our fate. It looks like the Ratcliffe's coming in to take over a small percentage of the club. But the Glazers, until they're gone, that's when we're going to know if United will be back. Because ever since they've joined, they had their period, but now it just keeps on getting worse and worse. And yeah, it's not good to be a United fan right now. And they've got to solve it. They really do, because you look at Man City, they're improving. Arsenal's improving. Brighton. So many clubs in the Premier League are improving. And there's United just staying back. Yes, we've got all these players, and especially this season, we haven't really been performing. These players on ridiculous amount of wages. We don't know how to, when we sign a player, we don't know how to negotiate with them. We just give them the cash so they can sign for the club. And that's the concern. And hopefully if Rak can come in, maybe he can fix it, but I doubt he can. Because again, the Glazers have full responsibility of the club. They still own it, majority of it. But yeah, it's concerning times for Man United. But yeah, that's a wrap up for the Premier League talk. Just small chat, not a lot going on. But yeah, we'll move on with the boys to wrap up the podcast.
Anyways, guys, that's a wrap up for episode 45 of the Touchline Podcast. As we mentioned at the start of the video, make sure to go watch the Touchline show, episode 1. It's live now on YouTube. A lot of funny challenges, funny forfeits. You don't want to miss this one. Nice chat today, boys.
Yeah, it was
really enjoyed it.
Podcast.
But yeah, if you're new here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, comment down below. And yeah, we'll meet you guys in the next video. See you later.